Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Luxury Cars and Motors, and today we are diving deep into one of the most iconic American muscle cars ever built, the 1970 Chevrolet Camaro, a car that not only set new standards for design and performance in its era but has remained a timeless symbol of raw power and classic style. Starting first with the exterior, the 1970 Camaro introduced the first year of its second-generation body, which was lower, wider, and more aggressive compared to the first-gen, giving it a sleek European-inspired look while still keeping that bold American muscle vibe. With its long sweeping hood, wide stance, sculpted body lines, and distinctive split front bumper that gave it a truly menacing face on the road. Available in multiple trims including the base model, the RS Rally Sport, the SS Super Sport, and the Ultimate Z28 Performance variant, each one carried unique styling cues like hidden wipers, RS-specific bumperettes, bold stripes, and performance badging, and with optional rally wheels and sporty color schemes, the Camaro looked like it was built to dominate both the streets and the racetrack. Moving inside, the interior of the 1970 Camaro combined sportiness with comfort, featuring a driver-focused cockpit with deeply recessed round gauges, a 3-spoke steering wheel, and bucket seats that hugged you during spirited driving, while materials were simple but durable, reflecting its muscle car roots, and buyers could customize their cars with options like wood grain trim, upgraded AM/FM radios, air conditioning, and even a console-mounted gauge cluster in higher trims. Though not as luxurious as European sports cars of the era, the Camaro's cabin was designed to make you feel like you were piloting a performance machine with no distractions. Now talking about performance, which is where the Camaro truly made its name. The 1970 model came with a wide range of engines to satisfy every kind of enthusiast, starting with a 250 cubic inch inline-six for the base models but quickly moving up to the powerful V8 options, including the 307, 350, and 396 cubic inch engines, with horsepower ranging from modest levels for daily driving to over 375 horsepower in the legendary 396 big block, while the Z28 came with the new high-revving LT1350 V8 pumping out a factory-rated 360 horsepower but in reality delivering much more thanks to underrated factory figures, and paired with a close ratio 4-speed manual transmission, limited slip differential, and performance suspension. The Z28 was a true track weapon capable of competing head-to-head with Mustangs, Challengers, and even some European sports cars of its time. Acceleration was fierce with 0 to 60 times in the low 6-second range for the top variants and quarter-mile passes in the mid-40s, making it one of the quickest muscle cars of its era. Handling was also improved compared to the first generation thanks to its wider track and refined suspension, giving it more stability in corners and better road manners. For safety features, the Camaro of 1970 was still a product of its time, meaning safety equipment was quite basic compared to modern standards. It offered seat belts as standard, a strong steel body structure, and improved braking systems with power front disc brakes available as options, while features like airbags, ABS, or crumple zones were still years away. However, its solid construction and performance brakes gave drivers confidence at higher speeds. Now moving on to the unique selling points. The 1970 Camaro stood out for blending muscle car aggression with a refined, almost European-inspired design that made it look more sophisticated than many of its rivals, while still offering that brute force American 5.8 power under the hood. The Z28 trim in particular became a favorite among enthusiasts for its balanced combination of horsepower, handling, and track-ready components straight from the factory, while the SS and RS trims allowed buyers to tailor the Camaro to their own personality, whether they wanted straight-line speed, stylish flair, or a little bit of both. Another huge selling point was its affordability at the time, giving ordinary Americans access to world-class performance at a price far below what European competitors charged. Speaking of price, when new in 1970, the base Camaro started at around $2,700, while the Z28 and fully loaded SS models went closer to $3,600 depending on options, which was an incredible bargain considering the performance on offer. But today the story is very different because classic car collectors and enthusiasts have driven the values up significantly, with clean examples of the 1970 Camaro Z28 easily reaching between $70,000 to over $100,000 at auctions. while even well-preserved base and SS models command strong prices depending on originality and condition. Finally, in conclusion, the 1970 Chevrolet Camaro represents one of the golden era muscle cars that combined beauty, performance, and accessibility in a way that very few cars have ever managed to replicate. It carried the torch for Chevrolet against rivals like the Ford Mustang, Dodge Challenger, and Pontiac Firebird, while carving its own identity with sharp styling, powerful engines, and the now legendary Z28 heritage. Today it stands not just as a collector's dream but also as a rolling piece of American history, symbolizing a time when cars were raw, loud, and built to thrill. So if you ever get the chance to see one up close or even hear the roar of its V8, you'll immediately understand why the 1970 Camaro is considered one of the most iconic muscle cars of all time. Thank you for watching Luxury Cars and Motors, and if you enjoyed this review of the 1970 Chevrolet Camaro, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our deep dives into legendary machines.